Hello everyone, my name is Rizkia Zaro, and today I would like to present my presentations. This is for the mid-exam assignment of the subject Introduction to Psycholinguistics. I hope that you guys are okay and fine in these pandemic sessions. For this presentation, I would like to explain about my mind map, which is explaining language and brain. Now there are three major points that I would like to cover in this mind map presentation. The first one is the relationship of language and the brain, including the structure of human brain, modality of human brain, and how it's related to uh, human the production of language by humans. And then the second one is that the language disturbance resulted from brain damage. As you can know that brain and language are often integrated, which means that the damage of the brain which caused the damage or the disturbance to the language itself. But first of all, we have to know what is the relationship between the language and the brain itself. Brain is the mass of nerve system tissue in the anterior end of an organism. The brain integrates sensory information and directs motor responses. In higher invertebrates, it is also the center of learning. Human brain is composed of several hemispheres divided into two, which is right hemisphere control and supervise the left side of the human body. The second type is left hemisphere control and supervise the right side of the human body. These two hemispheres are joined together by corpus callosum and divided into distinct autonomical facilities responsible for specific functions, which also known as brain lateralization. Left hemisphere is superior for language, arithmetic perception, temporal order judgment, and mathematical thinking skills, while the right hemisphere does better in pattern matching tasks, recognizing faces, and spatial orientation. Now, language itself is highly localized in left hemisphere and its function to control fine motor movement needed to produce speech or sounds that we use when we talk. However, language is not only use motor movement control to express the speech, it is also need the capability of understanding and comprehend the ideas and later express the idea with the concept known as language. There are two specific areas of the brain that help humans to gain this ability of both understanding or comprehend the idea and also producing the speech itself. These areas are known as Broca and Weinreich area. Broca are responsible for motoric function, which is the one that we need to produce speech. And then Weinreich area responsible in understanding the language. These two areas are named after Paul Broca in 1864 and Karl Weinreich in 1874, as they found that the damage of this area of the brain resulted in difficulty of producing or understanding the language, which now followed to the language disturbance formed by brain damage. The language damage that we cover first of all is localization issue. Now what is localization issue? Localization issues refer to the relationship between lesion site and the nature of the resulting impairment is far from straightforward. According to Drunken et al., language impairment sometimes occur after brain damage outside the classical language area, even in right-handed monolingual patients with no known prior monolingual condition, which might have caused created a reorganization of language function in the brain. An example of this can be seen in split brain patients where the messages sent to their hemisphere are not are not gain the are not creating the expected result. The second language disturbance formed by brain damage is aphasia, which refers to any language disorder due to brain trauma. Aphasic patients are selectively language impaired, which means that their performance in producing language is highly variable and may improve or deteriorate considerably from day to day or at certain times of the day depending on their task, according to Goodglass and Kaplan Linebarger. In conclusion, aphasic patients do not necessarily have cognitive or intellectual impairment. Aphasia are divided into two types. One is Broca aphasia and the second one is Weinreich aphasia, after the area that we covered before. The first one is Broca aphasia, which found by Paul Broca is the damage to the front part of the left hemisphere resulted in the loss of speech. It is also known as a non-fluent aphasia or broken speech. This was indicated in slow, effortless speech and difficulty with functioning words or inflection. For example, they may have trouble with functioning words such as article, preposition, or pronouns, trouble with intellectual morphology, and difficulties in understanding complex sentences such as passives. Weinreich aphasias, on the other hand, refer to the language disturbance formed by the damage in the parietal or temporal region in the left hemisphere, resulted in using word or speech inappropriately, and often produce ill-formed structure, mostly seen in highly inflected language such as Polish, Czech, and German. They are not necessarily non-fluent, but their words are often hard to understand. Sometimes their words, the word that they express would only be barely recognizable because of their use of phoneme substitution. For example, a doctor asks a patient and then the patient will answer using repeated words. The doctor said, "How do you feel?" The patient said, "I feel worse because I can no longer keep in mind from the mind of the mind to keep me from mind and up to the ear, which can be to find among ourselves." Can you notice it? The patient used the word mind repeatedly because they often difficult. They often have the inability on using a more various kind of word. But as you can see, both Broca aphasia and Weinreich aphasia are similar. The difference is that Broca aphasia is often associated with grammatical deficiency, while one-legged aphasia refers to the lexical efficiency, which is actually not the case, because both Broca aphasia and one-legged aphasia have, grammatic. Broca aphasia and one-legged aphasia patients both have similar grammatical and lexical problem or deficiency when producing the language. That is all, everyone, for my presentation today. I hope that you guys understand what I explained before. Keep healthy and don't forget to always being positive, especially in this pandemic season. See you next time.